Hey guys, it's me, Sugoi Admin. You may also know me as My POV on YouTube, and I'm here to kick off Anarchy Universe's 2019. We're going to be having a lot of regular uploads, and today's topic I'm covering is UFC. We had a blast in 2018 with UFC, so many crazy and amazing moments last year in the sport. Uh, but I think we're all better off for it, to be honest. And in this video, I'm going to be covering some fighters you should watch out for in 2019. I'm going to cover some fighters that are a bit more well known than others, some that may not be very well known, but you should still be looking out for because they are great fighters with developing styles. And yeah, let's get started. So first up on our list is actually a huge fan favorite, and his name is Zabit Magomedsharipov. He's in the featherweight division, and his last fight with Brandon Davis was insane. This guy is from Dagestan, Russia, and a lot of fighters actually from the Caucasus region are known to be great wrestlers, and he's a great wrestler, and a great grappler. But he has what a lot of them don't have, and that's wushu and sanda experience. So that makes his fights very, very electric to watch. I feel like he's going to have a very strong campaign this year in the UFC, so definitely watch out for him. He's probably going to be fighting really soon. Yes, he's fighting Jeremy Stevens this year, so watch out for that. That's our first fighter. Second up, we're going to be talking about Aspen Ladd. Aspen Ladd is in the bantamweight division, and she fought in Invicta FC for quite a long time. She's a very, very strong fighter, a very young fighter as well, and her last performance against Tony Evinger, who is as tough as nails, by the way, was insane. She knocked her out in the first round. The striking was very crisp, it was amazing. So if you want to see her ascension this year, I recommend you keep an eye on Aspen Ladd because I'm sure she'll be fighting for that belt very, very soon. Next up, we've got Megan Anderson, and she actually had a really crazy outcome to her fight with Kat Zingano near the end of last year, where it was a KO via leg kick, but there was like an eye poke via the toes. It was crazy, and then Kat got a bad cut in her eye. But I feel like when we see Megan Anderson fight this year in the featherweight division, we're going to get to see a lot more of her skills. She has a power in her hands. She moves very well for someone in the featherweight division as well. She's very tall. She has the perfect frame for that division. So that's another fight you should watch out for. Next up, we have Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa has been at the top of the lightweight division for a very, very long time. And now he's made the smart move, in my opinion, to move up to welterweight. I feel like it's better for his frame. And he had great success in his welterweight debut against a welterweight staple, Carlos Condit. It was amazing, you know? He really displayed his dominance and his skills. And just like Donald Cerrone made the smart decision to move up in weight and performed much better, I feel like Michael Chiesa is going to see a lot of success in the welterweight division, and it's exciting to see new individuals in the welterweight division. Obviously, Tyron Wood has been reigning over it for a long time, so we get to see new looks and new types of fighters. I think Michael Chiesa will have a great rise in welterweight this year. Look out for him too. Rob Font is our next fighter up, and wow, this guy is amazing. He's a bantamweight fighter. If you don't know about him, he's got, what can I even say? He's got massive power in his hands. For the lighter weight divisions, he knows how to pick his strikes well. He had an amazing showing against Sergio Pettis last year. Look out for Rob Font. He's near the top of the division anyway, and I feel like with one or two more fights, he can definitely make a case for challenging the belt. I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of my favorite fighters now. His name is Jingliang, the Leech. He is from China, and in his latest showing, he actually knocked out David Zawada, and it was insane. It was crazy. Jingliang is tenacious. He moves forward. He's literally fearless. And I think this year, what I'm looking for in terms of him is that I want to see him fight high-profile fighters in the welterweight division. I want to see him fighting low top 15 when the next time is that he fights, and I want to see how he performs against them because I know he'll be greatly tested. I mean, he's fought a lot of great people. He's even fought Zach Otto. He's fought in the UFC for a really long time, and he has skills. I want to see him be tested and to show his mettle, so to speak. So Li Jingliang is who I'm also looking forward to seeing this year. Now we're moving a little bit higher in the weight divisions, and we're going to Dominick Reyes. Sorry if I butchered your name, but Dominick Reyes is how I'm going to say it. He is in the light heavyweight division, and he definitely moves very well for someone in the light heavyweight division. In the higher divisions, seeing lateral movement and speed is literally amazing. He has great hands and knockout power, of course. And if you want to watch him, look out for him in March, because he's going to be fighting Volkanovski in London, which is where I live. And yeah, go and check out his fights. He's always impressing, never disappoints. Go check him out for sure. Next up, we've got Petr Yan. He's from Russia, and actually I've been following his career since he was in the ACB Fight League, and he was a dominant champion there for a really long time in Russia. So it was exciting to see him transition over to the UFC, and he's been successful. He's been winning his fights. He's exciting. He has everything you want to see in a fighter. He has great movement, good striking, and he overall knows how to keep a fight exciting. So in the bantamweight division, there's actually a lot of traction right now, and the exciting thing about that is there are fighters from all around the world, and Petr Yan is one of them, and another one of them is Yadong. Yadong is actually training in Team Alpha Male, which is a great gym and camp for the lighter weight classes. He's performed really well in the UFC thus far. He's had three fights, one by decision, one by submission, one by KO. He's displayed a lot of his skills, and it'll be very interesting to see his skills develop further on this year and see what kind of opponents he takes on. Up in the bantamweight division is actually a British prospect, and his name is Nathaniel Wood. He displayed that he's a very all-around, well-rounded fighter, and he scored a late submission versus Andre Ewell last year. He's actually been very prominent on the European scene, and it would be very interesting to see his development. I say watch out for him as he's a young fighter. You'll definitely see him improve in leaps as he goes through his fights. Definitely watch out for Nathaniel Wood this year as well. The next fight I'm covering, I actually only got the pleasure of watching once, and her name is Leah Letson. I know that she was on the Ultimate Fighter 28, and she competed on there, but I watched her the Ultimate Fighter finale, and I think that Leah Letson is very tough. She's very durable, and she knows how to follow her game plans. So I'm interested to see Leah Letson fight more as the featherweight division is growing right now. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of matchups I get. An influx of more fighters for the featherweight division as it's women's featherweight, as it is still developing. But I really enjoyed watching her fight, so definitely watch out for her as well. I definitely want to see more of her skill set and face more opponents this year. So Leah Letson is one to watch out for. Next up, we have Alexander Volkanovski. I followed him since he debuted in the UFC, and his latest showing against Chad Mendes was spectacular. It was a knockout. It was amazing. Volkanovski is definitely making a case for, being in the higher ranks and possibly challenging for the belt soon. He's actually worked his way up the ladder and consistently has good showings in his fights. So definitely watch out for him and check out his last fight and his fights before that as well, because he's very interesting, very entertaining. Now I'm going to be covering one of my absolute favourite fighters in the lightweight division. His name is Mairbek Taisumov. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of issues with his visa, getting a visa to fight in America on and off last year. It's been an ongoing problem, and hopefully they can get it sorted soon. But everyone's sleeping on this guy. He knocks people out left, right, and centre. He's literally up there with the top fighters. I hope to see him fight this year, fight some more high-profile opponents. But please check out his fights. He's a pinpoint striker. Mairbek Taisumov is a great one to watch out for. Now we're going to be talking about another European fighter, Gunnar Nelson, who hails from Iceland. He actually returned after a really, really long time, and he had possibly one of the most bloodiest fights in the UFC when he fought Alex Oliveira, and he does what he does best. He's an amazing grappler and submission artist. That submission was insane, and there was blood everywhere. It was crazy. But Gunnar has actually been missing out on the top of the division since he's been away. I want to see if he can rebuild himself back up with that performance. I'm sure he could. I want to see how he develops his game this year and see what type of opponents he gets to face. We're going to be rounding our video off with two more fighters, and they're female fighters that I really enjoy watching. One of them is Tatiana Suarez. She's everything you want in a fighter. She's technical, she's strong, She knows how to employ all of her skills, and in her last outing, she actually knocked out Carla Esparza. So that was pretty crazy. She's also beat the likes of Alexa Grasso, who's also a very good fighter in the strawweight division. Watch out for Tatiana Suarez. I'm sure she'll be challenging for the belt very soon with 1 or 2 more fights. The last fight on our list is another Chinese fighter who I've had the pleasure of watching near the end of last year, and that's Weili Zhang. Hopefully I said that right. She's very tough, and she moves forward, and she's literally crazy. She's not scared of anything. She knows how to impose her will on people. She just makes for really, really fun fights. And because of that, definitely watch out for her. Watch her grow. I mean, strawweight women, they're amazing fighters anyway. But like, she's someone who really stood out for me, and I'd definitely like to see her development because I'm always interested in seeing new fighters and how they develop on the international scene at the UFC. Well, guys, that's been my video. Sorry if I've been a little bit shaky. It's just I have a lot of ideas. I just need to put them down a bit better. But thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know, leave me some feedback, what things I can improve on, and I'll be covering UFC every Monday. So if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, this has been Sugoy Admin, aka my POV for your Anarchy universe, and we're going to be covering UFC on Mondays.